So this video we're going to solve for x. So I've got x plus 3 over 8 plus x over 5 equals 2. So my first step is going to be to get rid of this fraction. I do not want to deal with fractions. So what is common, my least common denominator, is going to be 40. So I'm going to multiply everything by 40. All right, so 8 goes into 40 5 times. So I'm going to do 5 times x, 5 times 3. And then here, that one becomes a 1. That 40 becomes an 8. So 8x. And then it equals 40 times 2 is 80. So from here, you just got to combine like terms. You want to get x by itself. So I have 5x and I have an 8x, which gives me 13x. I'm going to subtract this 15 from both sides. Why am I subtracting? Because I'm doing the opposite. This is a positive. The opposite of positive is negative. So that becomes 0. 80 minus 15 is 65. So I still need to get x by itself, and I need to do the opposite. This is 13 times x. So I'm going to divide both sides by 13. And x is going to equal 5. I know, I made that look very simple. And it is very simple. So how do I check this? Well, if x equals 5, I'm just going to plug 5 in for my x up here at the top. So I'm going to try to clean this up a little bit. Open that back up. Alright, so that was an 8 and that was a 5. Alright, so I'm just going to plug 5 in for x. So 5 plus 3 over 8 plus 5 over 5 equals 2. Okay? So just combine your like terms. 5 plus 3 is 8 over 8 plus 5 over 5 equals 2. 8 plus 8 is, 8 divided by 8 is 1. 5 divided by 5 is 1. And 1 plus 1 is 2. So 2 equals 2. Okay? So moving right along. What if we have the square root of 2x equals 8? How do I solve that? Well, if you're dealing with a square root and you need to get rid of it, you just square both sides. Square, square. So that square is going to take away that square root. 2x equals 8 squared is 64. From here, you just divide. Because that's 2 times x, you need to get x by itself by doing the opposite. And x equals 32. Fun stuff. All right. So let's say that we are going to deal with a number or a polynomial, and we have to factor it. So we have x squared minus 14x plus 24 equals 0. So I've got to factor this. So I just have x squared. There's no number with it. So I know that my first ones are going to be x. I see that my second sign is a positive, meaning both of my signs are the same. And my first sign is a negative, meaning both signs are going to be negative. And now factors of 24. So you have to see factors of 24 when added together are going to give you 14. You know you're adding them together because of that positive sign right there. So factors of 12 are 8 and 3, 12 and 2, 6 and 4, 1 and 24. So which one of those, when added together, give you 14? I hope that you said 12, and you just plug those in your empty spaces. Now what you do is you take each one of these binomials and you set them to 0. X minus 12 equals 0. X minus 2 equals 0. So again, just get x by itself, add 12 to both sides, x equals 12, and add 2 to both sides, and x equals 2. All right, so you'll do the same thing with all the ones that are like this. You just factor it out, and then take each binomial and solve for x. All right.